Team Fortress 2 has always been known for its fast-paced and team-oriented gameplay, but what if it introduced a new element that could further spice up the action? The addition of vehicles to TF2 could be a game-changer, bringing exciting opportunities and challenges for players. In this exploration, we'll delve into the possibilities, discussing how vehicles might fit into the TF2 universe and how they could impact gameplay. Imagine a TF2 match where players not only engage in close-quarters combat, but also have access to a variety of vehicles strategically placed across the map. These vehicles could range from fast transport options to heavy artillery, each serving a unique purpose and requiring a specific approach to utilize effectively. One of the primary roles of vehicles in TF2 could be to enhance mobility. Transportation vehicles would be scattered throughout the map, offering teams a way to quickly traverse the terrain. These could include jeeps and motorcycles, light, speedy vehicles that accommodate multiple players. They would be ideal for quickly getting from one point to another, with the ability to transport teammates. Picture a scout zipping around the map on a motorcycle, capturing control points with agility. Armored trucks, slower but heavily armored vehicles that could transport larger groups of players. While they wouldn't be as swift as jeeps or motorcycles, they would provide cover and safety during transport, making them essential for safely moving heavy classes like the heavy and the medic. Helicopters. Flying vehicles could provide an aerial advantage. These could be used for tactical positioning and scouting, allowing players to survey the battlefield from above. Airborne classes like the Soldier or the Pyro could employ helicopters for swift access to high ground positions. In addition to transportation, vehicles could offer formidable firepower, turning the tide of battle in a heartbeat. Combat vehicles would be strategically placed on maps, with teams competing to control and utilize them effectively. Some possibilities include tanks heavily armored and armed with powerful cannons. Tanks could be the kings of the battlefield. While slow-moving, they would serve as moving fortresses with the ability to withstand damage and deliver devastating blows. Engineers could potentially repair and upgrade tanks, adding an extra layer of strategy. Artillery trucks. These long-range vehicles would provide support from a distance. Artillery trucks would be equipped with powerful, slow-firing cannons capable of raining destruction on enemy positions. Players who prefer a more defensive playstyle could find these vehicles appealing. Aerial combat, fighter jets, and helicopters. TF2 could introduce a whole new dimension of gameplay with aerial vehicles. Fighter jets and helicopters would engage in dogfights high above the battlefield, offering a unique combat experience. A skilled demoman or engineer could operate the helicopters, while the Soldier or Pyro might excel in fighter jets. Introducing vehicles to TF2 would require a strong emphasis on teamwork and strategy. Players would need to coordinate effectively to maximize the potential of these new tools. Here's how vehicles could impact teamwork. Multi-person vehicles. Many vehicles would require multiple players to operate efficiently. This would promote team cooperation, with players coordinating who drives, shoots, and repairs. Multi-person vehicles would encourage social interaction and make TF2 an even more team-oriented game. Strategic placement. Vehicle spawn points would be strategically positioned on maps. Teams would need to decide when and where to deploy vehicles, considering the evolving dynamics of the match. Do they rush for a tank at the start of the round, or do they save it for a critical moment? Counterplay. Teams that don't control vehicles would need to develop strategies for countering them. Players might use spies to sabotage enemy vehicles, engineers to build anti-vehicle sentries, or snipers to take out drivers from afar. The addition of vehicles would expand the range of tactics available in TF2. The introduction of vehicles in TF2 would necessitate a careful balancing to ensure a fair and enjoyable gaming experience. Here are some considerations for maintaining balance. Respawn timers. Vehicles could have respawn timers to prevent constant usage and promote strategic decision-making. A longer respawn time for powerful vehicles like tanks would balance their impact on the game. Powerful vehicle weapons must be carefully balanced to prevent them from becoming overpowered. A well-placed shot from a tank should be devastating, but not overwhelmingly so. The game should offer effective counterplay options for dealing with vehicles. Engineers, spies, and other classes should have tools or abilities to take on vehicles, creating a balanced environment. Valve has a history of involving the TF2 community in game development, and the introduction of vehicles should be no exception. Players could provide input and ideas for vehicle design, balance, and mechanics, ensuring that the community has a voice in shaping this new aspect of the game. Valve could hold contests and workshops to encourage players to submit their vehicle concepts, which could then be reviewed and integrated into the game. Introducing vehicles to TF2 might bring forth challenges and concerns that the development team would need to address. Some potential issues include finding the right balance between vehicles and traditional gameplay would be crucial. The introduction of vehicles should enhance the TF2 experience, not overshadow it. Maps would need to be adapted or specifically designed to accommodate vehicles. Players would expect balanced, engaging, and vehicle-friendly environments. Implementing vehicles into TF2 would require technical expertise to ensure a smooth gaming experience. Potential bugs, glitches, and performance issues would need to be addressed promptly. The TF2 community's response to vehicles would be a critical factor. Open communication and feedback channels would be essential for addressing player concerns and iterating on the feature. The addition of vehicles to Team Fortress 2 could be a groundbreaking step, transforming the game into an even more dynamic and engaging experience. Vehicles would offer new layers of strategy, teamwork, and excitement, elevating the game to new heights. The potential for community involvement in vehicle design and development would further enrich the TF2 experience. While challenges and concerns would need to be addressed, the introduction of vehicles holds immense promise for the future of TF2. In this exploration of what if TF2 had vehicles, we've only scratched the surface of the possibilities. The road ahead could be filled with tanks, helicopters, and high-speed chases across iconic TF2 maps. The future of TF2 is always evolving, and vehicles could be the next thrilling chapter in this beloved game's history. Tell me what you think TF2 would look like if Valve agreed to implement vehicles into the game, and always remember to green out, my friends.